Today we're going to test out these combo buttons. I have different pressures. I guess that's your word you can say. We have different styles and get different types based off of the sensitivity of the button. We have these combo buttons here. I got 3 different types. The 3 different types that I got is yellow, that's the ultra. Then we have the blue one, that is the super. And then we have the red ones, that is the classic. And then I'm also comparing it with the C.O.M.B.O buttons. Those are the ones that are most similar to the Sanwa buttons. And it's not mechanical. These ones have the same buttons that you would have, or switches, excuse me, have the same switches that you would have in a keyboard. So you should get better results with the latency in your input here. And they have these little cushions on the inside. So we'll take each one apart, all 3 of them apart a little bit later. But we're gonna see how these respond when we're doing Paul's Death Fist and see which one works the best and which ones that I'm most comfortable with. Based off that, I'm gonna put those into my arcade stick and keep them in my arcade stick and play that way. All right, so let's take a quick look at these real fast. We have ultra, super, classic, and then we have regular C.O.M.B.O buttons that isn't mechanical. Like I said before, let's open up the C.O.M.B.O one real quick. Yeah, we can open this up. I have no problem opening this up so you guys can see what's on the inside of this so we can have a good comparison here. So I'm gonna open up this one, boom, the green one. And look, if you look in here, this is how most buttons, this is how most buttons come. They kind of look like this. And look at how ashy my hands are. Don't judge me. But yeah, we have that. That's how traditionally they look. But with these other ones, first off, it's easier to do. I had to get a little screwdriver to pop that out. But with these ones, it's a nice twist. All I gotta do is twist the side. You see those little grooves that are in there? All I gotta do is twist that, and I can take the top off, boom, and you can take a look inside. There's a little pad that's there that helps with this. Yeah, there's the pad, and we can compare the pads in a second. But boom, there's a switch on the inside of the button. I think that's kind of cool, and that's what makes this different, or for that matter, makes your experience better because of the type of switch that they're using compared to some of the other buttons that are out. So here goes the little cushion here, this little padding that goes in there that helps with the distance that you have to press your buttons with. Boom. So that's the ultra one. Let's go with super. This is the blue one. I'm gonna open this up. It's real simple, real easy. Boom. See that? Does the same thing. And boom. And then lastly, we have these red ones here. Boom. These are the classics. Classic open real easily. Boom. You see that in there? And I'm trying to get it out. There you go. And it's out. And right now, well, you can't see the difference well, but I'm gonna try to hold it up to the camera so that you guys can see how these are. And I wouldn't say all it is, but what you're looking at here is the thickness of the padding. Can you see? I don't think you can see it holding it in my hand. But there's maybe I'll take a picture of it. I'm not sure, but you can see there's a slight thickness between the classic and the super here, and there's a slighter difference with the ultra and the let's turn on side and the ultra. See, yeah, you can see that between the ultra and the super, and that's the thing that tells these buttons apart, and you can customize them and you can take it out, put it back in. That's what she said. Don't judge me. Oh my goodness, I like make myself laugh. But yeah, that's what that is in a nutshell, and that's what we're taking a look at today. So let's see if there's a difference that when playing Tekken by using Paul's Death Fist, and if I'm going to see if I can feel a difference. That's the goal. As you see, arcade stick down below, right under the screen there, and check out the screen. We're going to go into practice mode and see if this actually works. Let's see here, and we gotta put this. I want to see display inputs, command history. We want to put it on display. So let's see something here. So I'm going to start with the Ultra right here, these yellow ones right here, and see what that looks like. No, that's not Death Fist. We want to see it in Death Fist mode. Let's see, practice settings, training, controller setup. We want it to be 2. When we want this one to be that one. Yeah, we want this one. There we go. And confirm and exit. Oh, that's stupid. I just want one button. They won't let me do it. All right, cool. So let's see if there's a difference here and the way that feels. As you see, I have the knee lever, so I'm feeling a little comfortable. The inputs look fairly accurate. And so let's start with this one. So it shows that I was able to press in 4 frames. That shows that was in 1. So I'm able to push that fairly quickly. Fairly quickly, that's able to go down. I don't have to push and mash all the way down to get this. So it's a slight touch. I'm barely touching that one, and it's coming out. I'm barely touching and it's coming out. I don't feel like I'm pressing all the way down on that one. Let's reset this one more time. And see, again, boom. I'm staying pretty consistent here. All right, I can get with that. Let's see what it feels like in the blue buttons, the super. Let's see if there's any difference here. So we're gonna do it in the traditional 2 spot. And this one, it's a little bit harder to push down. Because I just did the quarter circle forward 1 to go along with that, right? But I don't know if I like either one of these better than the other. I'm feeling a difference, but between these two, I don't think it's enough for me to justify one or the other. I mean, granted, they're all the same price, but between these two, I don't think there's anything to justify the difference between the two. It does feel good to have options, but I really don't think there's anything to justify these two specifically. Let's go to this one here. Now let's try the red classic button that they have. See, I'm digging this. I can feel a bigger difference between this one, and this one. This one's a little bit more quiet. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. This one's a little bit more quiet. It gets louder with this one, and this one's kind of the loudest, right? I can feel the difference between this Ultra one right here and then this one right. I can definitely feel the difference between the two. You can feel the weight. I guess I don't know if that's the word to use, but it feels like this one's a little bit more mushier than this one. But I think we're still able to get the same results here with the pressing, right? I think we're able to get the same results. Boom. And doing one of these numbers, yeah, I think we're able to get the same results here. This one, I believe, at least in my opinion right now, it's gonna be your preference in feel more than it is like, hey, I'm gonna have an advantage because I'm able to hit the button quicker between these 3 buttons here. It's just more so the feel of it. Maybe there's gonna be a bigger difference in the way that it feels or the latency in a C.O.M.B.O button and or a C.O.M.B.O button, but I don't think there is that huge of a difference to make me go, hey, I specifically have to get the ultra ones because the ultra ones are that much better than the classic combo buttons. I don't think that's the case. I think it's about the feel of the button more than anything else. Let's check out this green button here. You can hear it. It's a little bit louder. It's almost like it reminds me of a shoe, right? The padding on a shoe when you're running, marching, or anything like that, you can feel, you know, your shoe hit the ground and you can feel the shock wave in your feet, right? And then when you put those gel insoles in your shoe, it feels a lot better, right? And you're like, oh, okay, it's absorbing some of the shock. And I believe that's how it feels to me more than anything else. Like, I felt that. It doesn't hurt or anything like that, but you know, I felt that in there compared to these ones that are a little bit more cushioned when you're pushing the buttons, and you don't get a vibration from your stick by pushing the button here with the padding inside of these buttons here. I can feel the vibration of my case here and the button every single time I press. And then it's super loud compared to some of these other ones. So I think for me, for these buttons, I'm not gonna say these buttons are bad. I don't think these buttons are bad at all. The combo buttons, we already did a video on them in general before, but these buttons I think are freaking great. They're not as loud as some of the other buttons that are out there, as you see, like this one, and I probably can compare it to a couple other buttons as well, but you can tell these are nowhere near as loud as some of the other buttons that are out, right? However, within the combo button family, I don't think there is a difference in the way that you're playing per se, but more so in the difference in the way it feels. Very similar to, you know, a Nike shoe, and you have the Jordan, and you have a running shoe, and you have a trainer. Hey, they all kind of serve the same purpose with walking, running, and doing athletic things, but they feel different based on what you're trying to do with your feet. And the same rules apply here. You know, you're trying to do something different. So for a game like Tekken, you might not want to have loud button presses, right? You might not want to have your whole thing vibrate. Whereas Street Fighter, you know, it's a little bit different. There's not too many times that you're just like, I have to have my button silenced. Or however your opinion goes with gaming, you can figure out a reason why these buttons work best for you. And I think that's kind of the point. They give you more options while playing, and I like that they're giving me more options while playing. For me, I think the buttons that I like the most out of these, I think I like these blue ones, the supers, a little bit better than the ultras. I think the ultras, they just feel a little, I feel like I'm pushing down a little bit harder than I want to. I really feel that. I feel like I'm pushing down the buttons a little bit harder than I want to. And then the blue one, it's kind of like just right, you know? The mama bear, there's the papa bear, and there's the baby bear. There's this just right button. I think the super is the just right button for me. I like that one a little bit better than the yellow one. And then the classic one, I don't think that's bad either. I think it just feels like a silent regular button. I think that's where I'm. Yeah, I think that's my conclusion to that one. It's a silent regular button, and I don't think I like that. I want my buttons to be distinct from all the other ones, and I think this one, this blue one here, definitely does that for me. It definitely does that. Boom. So yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments below about these buttons here. If you got these buttons, or if you have questions and you need like, hey dude, I need some help in understanding this, this, and this, let me know in the comments below. Again, I recommend checking out the buttons. I think a nice safe space to start with is the blue buttons, but let me know in the comments below which buttons that you look forward to getting, and let me know which ones you got, and let me know your experience with them. I'm the most determined soul, CJ Berry, the leader of waves and waves of people in determination, success and victory. Don't block what you face, and I'll see you on the next time. Peace out. All right, let's get to, I don't think I want to do this on